Teaching a wild donkey to trust a halter might sound simple, but behind this quiet act lies a story of patience, observation, and building an unshakable bond. Today, we're going to take you on a journey into the subtle dance of trust and understanding with these remarkable animals. Before we even think about the halter, it's crucial to understand the world from a donkey's perspective. They are highly intelligent, sensitive animals with a strong instinct for self-preservation. The trust they extend to humans must be earned, not taken for granted. Donkeys, unlike horses, are more cautious and independent. Did you ever know donkeys rarely bolt when startled, but instead freeze to assess their options? That tells us how methodical we need to be in our approach. The key to any interaction is a gradual approach. I like to start by building familiarity, and then when I'm approaching the donkey, I'm keeping my head down and I'm watching for signs that they're thinking about leaving. If they start to lean their head, maybe tense up their muscles, I would stop and pause and wait for them, kind of checking in to say, "Are you okay with me approaching you?" Asking them to target the halter is just another way to check in to say, "Hey, are you okay with being a friend with me?" Think of this as getting to know a new friend. If we rush in too quickly, we're going to make them retreat. We need to be steady, patient. That will work wonders for drawing in the attention towards us so that they're curious about what we have to offer. There, I'm backing up, and you can see I'm drawing out her curiosity. What their mouth is doing is just one way to see how they feel. Again, if they're leaning away, they could be not taking a step, but leaning away, that's a sign. Tense muscles, what their ears are doing, what their eyes are doing. Now here I'm showing if I approach her with the halter all the way unwound, she is going to be too nervous. So to help with that, go ahead and ball it up, make it smaller, and then it's not as nerve-wracking to them. So we're making the question easier to say yes to, and then we can build on that later on. If I were just to walk up to her right now and go to throw on that halter, she would walk away. So I'm trying to avoid pushing her too far where she wants to walk away. Now here I expanded my ball of halter a little bit, and she's willing to play the game with me. Now each time I'm doing this, I can just keep on unballing it a little bit until it's all the way open. Wait for them, be patient. This part is really important. They need to know that we understand how they feel, and if we try to force it or touch their nose with it instead of waiting for them to come, we won't be building that trust. This is definitely a key part of it. Wait for them to come to you guys. Be patient. Donkeys really like to assess everything that they're doing. They're like the professor of the equine world. There she comes, building that trust. Now we're going to just keep on doing that, unfolding the halter a little bit at a time until it's all the way open. How much food you grab to pay them will determine how long of a break they need. Here I'm just using a little bit. Now if I have a donkey that's really gapy or gappy with their mouth, I will fill up my hand just as full as I can get it and take my hand away sooner. I don't let them finish it then. I used to do that with Poncho because he was very gappy with his mouth. He would open it so far, my whole hand would go in his mouth. That was because he's nervous. He doesn't do that any longer. I just went slow and we got there over time. Here, I'm going to speed up this interaction just to show how we just broke this down, given her time in between every time I ask a question. And then each time I ask the question, or each few times there, I would open up the halter further so that she wasn't intimidated. There, she started to think about stepping back. I'm just matching her steps, but I pay her every time that she touches her nose to the halter. We're just building up her trust, and I have to wait for her. Don't reach out and touch their nose with the halter. Wait for them to let their curiosity take over so they're coming to you to investigate and be curious. Here I'm making sure that she's comfortable with the halter touching the top of her nose. That can be intimidating, but I'm doing it without any resistance, at liberty, helping her gain more confidence with everything that we do. Remember, we can go back to the step we were at before or just pause and give them a break anytime they show discomfort. So right there, if she was leaning away or thinking about walking away, I could retreat. We don't get any ribbons for rushing them through the process, but we really do create the bond that we need to help them trust. Remember, they were a wild animal, but even if you're working with a domestic, earning that trust is the first thing. What happens if your donkey refuses to engage? We'll share tips to overcome that shortly. Once the halter is accepted, it's time to introduce the concept of leading. So we're going to start in a confined space. They can get scared and go up over the fence. So having something small is going to help them not break free from you. You want to include very slight pressure on the lead rope to ask them to move their foot. You can ask for a front movement. That one can be a little bit harder when you first start, but getting them to disengage their hind end can be easier. So here she's kind of in the corner, so it's not very easy to get her to disengage. But walking this way, we can easily get her to move her feet and reward all those steps. It's a very small beginning, but we want to teach them to lead on a loose lead rope. We don't want to have to pull them or drag them. That's not how we would treat our friend if we're going to the store or shopping. We don't want somebody else to drag us around. So we're just asking for very small movements to introduce this concept. And if they get afraid and start to walk off, you're in a small space, so just go with them. It's okay. At this point, everything that I do with the donkey is very calm. Remember, they were wild recently, so calm praise. Don't start doing quick movements because you're excited at their progress. It's a fun insight. Donkeys are incredibly smart. They may test your resolve at times, but their willingness to learn is unmatched once you earn their trust. Here you can see the difference. I can just point and Pancho just moves over. That trust is being developed, and he's still not as fast as one who's been with me longer. So this is the beginning steps for Juliet to learn and to start having that trust. One step at a time. Don't go too fast, guys. Taking time to teach these steps gradually is not just about halter or leading. It's about fostering a relationship with the donkey where they can feel safe and respected. Every moment we spend reading their body language, whether it's a flick of an ear or a shift in the stance, is an investment in earning their trust. When we slow down and listen, even the most resistant donkey can teach us the art of patience. This here is Pancho with his first lesson on being ponied. He was pretty uncertain of this when we started. I had to lead him around while Stormy, my horse, was being rode just to help build up some confidence. And you can see we're still not getting a lot of forward movement. He's nervous, but little baby steps. It's not a pulling or a tug of war or a battle of the wills. It's saying, let me show you the way. Now here we have Cisco starting to walk more calmly. He's starting to get some confidence. Even though he's a little bit nervous, we're getting more forward movement more often, a little at a time, and you're going to get there. Now, guys, I didn't know this when I started. When I started, I had Seamus. He was my first donkey ever. I was almost afraid to try to train him because I heard so many like old wives' tales. They're going to wait and kick you. They're going to get even. All those bad things. I actually drug him with Stormy to get him to move. I don't recommend that, guys, because it creates resistance. I have probably made every mistake that you can with Seamus, and I keep making mistakes, but I keep learning from it. So we're just going to get a little bit better each time. That's the same thing that we're asking these wild donkeys or your donkeys to do, is just to get a little bit better with each time. Just go in circles, get them where they're willing to come with you, and don't drag them, guys. Be patient. Now, every donkey's journey is unique. Pancho here, he's pretty timid, whereas Cisco is pretty darn brave. So every donkey is going to be different or somewhere in the mix of that. But the principles remain the same, whether or not we're working with a timid or a very brave donkey. We need to go slow, be patient, read their body language, because either way, we still have to gain their trust. So patience, observation, and then trust will come. Start with these foundations, and you're going to open up the door for the lifetime partnership that you're going to just be amazed by, completely amazed by. If you found this process insightful, let us know in the comments and share your own experiences with donkey training. So when we're on the journey of earning our donkey's trust, their nose, if it's crooked, guys, that tells us they're nervous. We want to teach them that we're talking to their feet. First, we're going to be friends with them. And then when we're at the point of training, we're talking to their feet. Every time she moves the foot that I ask, I'm going to release the pressure and give her a break. Now, we don't want to pull, so drive your donkey forward if they're not ready just to walk with you yet. Avoid pulling because that's going to create resistance. And then talk to their feet. So we're going to have this. We'll have some other footage just of the animals hanging out. And Dan's going to do around the world with her later on. So stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Donkeys are so much fun to work with. I hope you guys have the opportunity to do that someday because it's so much fun. I'm talking to her foot, and look how fast she moved it. That's what we're looking for. We can grow on this later, but this is going to help them lead without pulling and to go wherever you go. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful. Nice.
Wow, what a good girl.
First time ever, right?
First time ever.
First time ever doing around the world with Juliet.
Good girl.
Nice job.
Boy, that was nice and calm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good girl. I want something to give her a snack. She's so readily eating, like she's not scared.
Right? Hey, honky donkey.
You ever notice when you went a little bit too far, they stop taking the oats?
Yes. Absolutely.
When they stop chewing the oats, they come gray area.
They stopped chewing their oats. They're getting pretty overwhelmed. Halter and Romeo, they're playing. Those two are like best friends. And there's Honky Donkey. Whoa, I'm still zoomed in. Whoopsie. We got spooked a little bit. What did she get scared about?
I think the rope touched her butt about the time that loud truck went by.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But she calmed down as she went. She did a nice turn and face.
It's better than that day we didn't get it on camera, but when she went over top of the fence, knocked them all over.
We had leaping donkeys right over this fence.
This fence right here that the flag is on.
I wonder if I should give her a break for work on the other side.
Do one more and then let's do the break.
That'll be the fourth time.
It's fine.
Thank you. Girl.
Poncho's gonna need a long break after what I did with him, so.
Oops.
I'm out of here. So if this happens to you guys, hang on to the lead rope to underneath the halter so that way they can't walk away from you.
Not too much for you? Is that scared or I'm naughty? I couldn't tell.
You know, I think it's just anticipation even of what you're gonna want. You're gonna want me to walk off. So I'm anticipating what you want and I'm gonna do it right away.
Good or bad?
She's getting ready to walk off. Nice, nice. Just a little bit of pressure, guys. You can walk behind them to help them know what you want. Stay out of kicking range.
You did a good job. You did a knockout job.
That halter there, guys, I got from the Amish. And it almost fits them well. When you're dealing, there's a lot of just standard sized donkeys here, right? And this halter is a Mustang halter for colts, and it fits them dreamily. I just love how it fits them. Mustang halter for colts. Check out the description for a link to that. It fits these guys all really well. The Mustangs have almost outgrown it.